The Bisons are back home after a week away from Sahlen Field. Let's take a look back at this road trip recap presented by Take 5 Oil Change. The Herd took 4 out of 6 games from the Worcester Red Sox last week at Polar Park, and it was many familiar names to Bison fans that helped a hand in the offense, including the 9-6 victory in the opening game of the series. Sean Keyes set the tone early. The Bison slugging first baseman hit a 3-run home run in the top of the first inning, and then Buffalo would score 5 more times in the fourth, bringing 10 batters to the plate in the frame, extending their lead out to 8-0. After the homer by Keyes in the opening inning, it was 4 straight Bisons to reach base in the top of the fourth inning, including Nick Goodwin. With his second hit of the day, part of a 3-hit contest, he would score one of Buffalo's 5 runs in the frame. Carlos Mendoza walked. Rudy Martin Jr. picked up an RBI base hit, while Josh Kasevich was credited with an RBI on an error on the infield, while a walk and a base hit produced Sean Keyes' 4th RBI of the contest. It extended Buffalo's lead to 8. Worcester would chip away, getting within a couple of runs, making it 8-4 after 6 innings, but the Bisons would add one more in the top of the ninth. After a 1-out base hit by Ismael Munguia, Carlos Mendoza collected his lone RBI of the contest with a sacrifice fly, giving Buffalo the 9-6 victory and making a winner out of Grant Rogers, who picked up his 3rd decision of the year. 5 innings of work on the mound for Buffalo, giving up 3 runs along the way and striking out 3 in the process, 3 of the 8 punch-outs for Buffalo in the contest. It also saw Ricky Tiedemann work an inning in the opening game of this series, and he would eventually make his Major League debut on Saturday when he was recalled by the Toronto Blue Jays and pitched an inning and 2/3 against New York in the Blue Jays' victory on Saturday against the Bombers. Buffalo would lose 2 straight to the Worcester Red Sox, and Worcester would have a 2-1 series lead. The Bisons were shut down 2-1 in Game 2 of this series, scoring the first run of the contest when Davis Schneider had a base hit, and he scored the only run for Buffalo on a Nick Goodwin RBI base hit. 2-1 Bison loss in Game 2 of the series was followed by a 10-3 Worcester victory in Game 3 of the set, where Josh Stephen made another start for Buffalo, 5 innings on the mound for the Herd. Offensively, Yohendrick Pinango came through with an RBI base hit, and in the top of the ninth, C.J. Stubbs clubbed a 2-run homer, but it was all for naught. The Bisons would win 6-2 on Friday evening. This time, Worcester would strike first, scoring 1 in the bottom of the first inning, but Buffalo answered back. Peyton Williams, just added to the Bison roster early in the week, delivered his first RBI base hit. The Iowa meat truck had an RBI double in the top of the second to tie the contest, and then in the third, with Sean Keyes on base, Yohendrick Pinango had a base hit for the second straight inning, this time a 2-run homer, giving Buffalo the 3-1 lead. That's all the offense they would need. After Worcester struck in the bottom of the third for 1, the Bisons tacked on solo runs in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings respectively, including Sean Keyes' 2nd home run of the week, a solo no-doubt shot over the right field Worcester wall, extending Buffalo's lead to 5-2, and it eventually capped off by a sacrifice fly by Rudy Martin Jr. in the 9th. On Saturday, it would take extra innings, but the Bisons would survive 7-5 over Worcester. The Woo Sox would once again score first, but the Bisons answered for 3 in the top of the second. Iowa meat truck came through with a 2-run home run, much like Sean Keyes. His cleared the Worcester wall in right field and gave the Bisons a 2-1 lead. It was followed by a C.J. Stubbs solo homer. Buffalo with a 3-1 advantage. Worcester would retake the lead promptly with 3 in the bottom of the second. The Bisons would strike for 2 in the top of the 7th to retake the lead 5-4. Sean Keyes' 3rd home run of the week, his 11th home run with the Bisons on the season, and it would be his 2nd hit of the contest. Another multi-hit game for Keyes, who played 1st and 3rd during the series against Worcester. The Woo Sox would tie it in the bottom of the 8th with a solo run, making it 5-5. Neither team would score in the 9th, and then Buffalo in the 10th, with the automatic base runner Sean Keyes and Yohendrick Pinango both on base and in scoring position. Ismael Munguia cashed in a 2-run double that gave Buffalo the 7-5 lead and the victory in the contest. It also made a winner out of Tanner Andrews, his 5th decision of the season. He's 5-0 in addition to his 12 saves with the Bisons this year. For Andrews, 1 inning of relief in the 9th. Devereaux Harrison recorded his first career AAA save, pitching the bottom of the 10th with a pair of strikeouts. Then on Sunday, the Bisons would once again pick up a victory against Worcester and win the series with a 9-6 victory over the Woo Sox. All 9 Buffalo runs coming in the first 4 innings, where the offensive onslaught was started by Carlos Mendoza, a 2-run homer in the top of the second. He would have another base hit in the top of the 3rd inning. For Mendoza, 4 extra base hits in the contest, a homer, 3 doubles, 4 RBIs in the Bisons' victory. Also, Ismael Munguia and Davis Schneider collecting RBIs in the 9-6 win in the series finale. For Schneider, both of his coming on a 2-run homer in the top of the 4th, a no-doubter that extended Buffalo's lead, eventually 9-0, and then Worcester would chip away, but the Bison survived and held on for the 9-6 victory, thanks to yeoman work by C.J. Van Eyck out of the bullpen, 4 1/3 innings. Behind Spencer Arrighetti's 3 2/3 on the mound in a Major League injury rehab start, Brendan Salucci also pitched the 9th for Buffalo against his former team helping lock down the series finale. The Herd returns home with just 3 homestands left in the 2026 regular season. Another Tuesday at the ballpark presented by Taste New York with $2 Sahlen hot dogs Tuesday night at 6:35 as the Bisons host the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Another Wednesday afternoon Win It Wednesday at 1:05, followed by a Thursday night Family Value Thursday presented by AAA Insurance. All tickets just $10 each and $3 special concession items. It's also Wing Night at the ballpark on Thursday night, followed by another Honda Friday Night Bash and a big one on Saturday with the Harry Potter Night promotion, a banner giveaway, and the Bisons wearing special Patronus-themed jerseys. And on Sunday, it's the Vladdy Lunch Bag giveaway as part of the 6-game homestand. This road trip recap is presented by Take 5 Oil Change. Remember, Bisons fans, wear your Bisons gear to your local Take 5 on Wednesday and get 25% off an oil change. With this road trip recap, I'm Pat Malacaro.